Enough is enough. Seriously, are you really happy? I realize that so many people just don't know how to be happy or contented anymore. As a matter of fact, most people are more miserable than anything. You need not be. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to do a series of videos on how to be contented, if the Lord tarries. This is the first one in the series, so let's go. I think I was about 8 or 9 years old. We were attending a Thanksgiving at someone's home, someone from the church. Thanksgiving in Trinidad is like having church at your house and then having a lot of food afterward. And I mean a lot of food. Normally, after the service, the people having the Thanksgiving would lay out tables to serve the guests. But the pastor and his family got a separate table inside the house. This was one such occasion, and we were invited to the table inside the house. My dad, mom, me, and my siblings sat down as they brought out these large bowls of food. Roti, rice, chana, curry, duck, potatoes, curry chicken, stewed chicken. The people knew that Jason loves stewed chicken. So, as they brought out a large bowl of stewed chicken, they placed it right in front of little 8-year-old me. Man, I was in heaven. Before anyone else could make a move, I grabbed a spoon and began loading the chicken into my plate. I was also sure to get some sauce, because you can't have dry chicken now, can you? I couldn't stop. I needed to ensure that I had enough and that my plate was full. Forget about everybody else. Plus, the bowl was big. There was enough to go around. At least so I thought. As I gluttonously ravaged the bowl of chicken, I suddenly felt something strange, a peculiar shift in the atmosphere. The hairs on my skin started to raise, clearly signaling something was wrong. My spidey senses were tingling. I briefly took my eyes from off the bowl of chicken to observe my mother sitting across the table from me. She had that death stare. You know, the one that pierces deep into your soul. Obviously, she was ready to murder me over my chicken hoarding fiasco. Suddenly, I didn't like stewed chicken that much anymore. So I started putting chicken back into the bowl from my plate while trying to keep an extra eye on my mother in the event that she decided to slap me back to my senses. No need. Her death stare did that. At that point, I could not comprehend why she would rob a child of his contentment, his joy. But she knew exactly how much I could handle. I didn't. After all, she was my mother. So too, today, so many people don't know when enough is enough. They work and hoard while spending all their lives trying to attain, never really stopping to ask themselves, is this enough now? It's in human nature to keep wanting more and more and more. It is not in our nature to know how to be content. We're always so busy looking at what someone else has that we never stop to realize what we have. In coveting our neighbor's stuff, our contentment goes right out the window. As a result, we do what comes naturally. We try to get more stuff. When is enough enough? Will you ever get to the point where you could say, okay, I'm content now. I have enough. G.K. Chesterton once said, there are two ways to get enough. One is to continue to accumulate more and more. The other is to desire less. Continuing to accumulate more and more is exhausting and rarely ever produces contentment. Desiring less is not easy either, but the less you desire is the greater your chances for happiness. Even as I'm saying this to you right now, you interpret this to mean that I'm saying you need to learn to live without. Never said such a thing. You have to learn, however, that many of the things you say you need are simply things you want. Why pine over an iPhone 11 when your iPhone X works just fine? Why complain about your house just because your buddy's house is bigger or nicer? Why obsess over Nikes when you have a perfectly good pair of Pumas in the closet? If you stop laboring over fickle things, you'd be so much happier. King Solomon said in Ecclesiastes 1, 2, and 3, vanity of vanities, saith the preacher, vanity of vanities, all is vanity. What profit hath a man of all his labor which he taketh under the sun? Well, preachers hardly speak like that anymore, but you get the point. Everything is but a breath, vapor, evanescent. Material things get old. Today you have a Mustang. Tomorrow you have a donkey. Even the arm of flesh will fail. Beauty is but for a moment. I feel so sorry for those people, especially celebrities, who abuse themselves to try to stay younger looking. In many cases, they never really realize how bizarre they look. Their mind doesn't allow them to see it. Seeing a contented celebrity is like spotting Bigfoot. And those that seem to be happy, we can't help but still pose the question, are these celebrities really contented? The key to contentment is learning to rein in your desires. When the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they were given manna from heaven. Some say that it was angels' food. I don't know what it was. Manna literally means, what is it? The Lord gave specific instructions on how to gather the manna as it appeared every day. Everyone was to take exactly how much they needed, nothing more, nothing less. They were not to store up any for the next day. If they did, it would turn into worms. Why would the Lord place such restrictions? Because he was short on manna? Because he did not want them to be happy? No, he knows exactly what you need and when you need it. Exodus 16:17-18 tells us, and the children of Israel did so, and gathered some more, some less. And when they did meet it with an omer, he that gathered much had nothing over, and he that gathered little had no lack. They gathered every man according to his eating. There's two things to learn here. Enough should bring contentment. Realizing when you have had enough is pivotal. The other pivotal thing is trusting God. He knows you better than you know yourself. This age that we're living in is rife with slave masters dangling the proverbial carrot, always promising more and more money, more fame, more food. If you are corrupted by constant self-gratification, that carrot is going to look real good. So bless your food, eat your food, and when you're done, give thanks for a good meal. It's as simple as that. You don't like your car? At least you've got a car. Many people don't have one. Some people have to walk. Those of you that aren't walking, don't complain. There are many that cannot walk. And those of you that can't walk, you have no excuse to gripe either. There are some that can't complain because they no longer have breath. Thank the Lord that you're alive. This is not just a matter of perspective. It's more a matter of truth. Learn the God-given reality of your life. Learn what is truth. Today, I know exactly how much stewed chicken I can eat. If you're in Christ, truly in Christ, then what you have is exactly what you need for this very moment. Now think about that. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you didn't like it now. Share it now. If you did not subscribe to Preacher Man TV yet, get on there and subscribe. Subscribe to Preacher Man TV on YouTube and click the little notification bell so that you won't miss another message. As soon as we upload it, you'll get a notification. God bless you.